So basically, I must have just met Sus. We made a few tracks. Wasn't thinking about no project or anything. And then they were sounding good. The tracks were sounding good. And then we was like, can't we just make a little project when we had a few tracks there? We basically had it done before we knew it was going to be done. And then, just called it Loading, slapped it out there. FBG was the first track to come out from... No, was FBG the first track?
Yeah.
FBG was the first track to come out. And then, just from there, just went and done what it done.
Crazy, okay. My friend told me to come through to like a Milkaveli concert like a while ago.
Oh,
So
yeah.
And I was listening to the Suspect feature in it, and it sounded like obviously your production. So
yeah.
Did you have anything to do with that?
What track's that?
Rehab.
Yeah. I made Rehab. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Do you guys have anything like any kind of like connection with them? Like
I know, especially Milk. I know Milk and Bakar quite well.
Yeah.
From back in the day, just from around and about, and then when I linked up with Sus, it just happened that he knew them as well, completely separate from me. So then, when we all knew that we knew each other, then it's just become one big link up sort of thing.
Yeah, like maybe through Instagram, like music, like SoundCloud and all these other apps, like you see people like Skepta, gigs. So like you can see them kind of connections like happening.
Yeah. Through the internet, through just fucking being out and about. Because London's a big place, but it's a small place at the same time. It's good to be a part of it as well, man. It's exciting.
I see some of your influences like the Mobb Deeps, the Gucci Manes, do you want to talk about how like you get influenced by like the more American sound, and then you make the English.
Alright. Well, I don't know. I grew up listening to a lot of different music, but like it was predominantly I liked rap music, like American music. I more gravitated towards. No, it's cool. No, you can leave that. It was more like it was just from my mum, listening to my mum and dad. So like she'd play like some like Nas and that, some Tupac, some Biggie, and from that it was from them early days. That was what I kind of what's the word? That kind of resonated with. It kind of, I don't know, just took my interest from early. And then I was lucky because my mum and dad had a lot of albums, had a lot of CDs in it, so I could just go and just pick a CD, listen to it. So yeah, from there it was like a lot of East Coast rap, like Nas and Biggie and Mobb Deep and that. And then when I got a bit older, it was a lot of West Coast, so there's a lot of like Snoop, Dre, The Dog Pound,
Death Row.
Death Row, yeah, of course, big Death Row fan, massive Death Row.
Warren
Snoop,
G, Nate Dogg.
Warren G, exactly, Nate Dogg, there you go, you know everything. They're big influences of mine. And then when I got older, like, when I'd say like, maybe like 16, a good friend of mine, me and him, we got like a lot of similar music tastes in it, so we didn't really like down south rap, but we liked Young Jeezy in it, and then from that, found out about this guy Gucci Man. But this was early. This is like I want to say this is like 2008 maybe.
Yeah, this is before like everybody jumped on the wave when he came out of jail.
Oh yeah. When I was listening to ATL rap, people used to be like, "What the fuck are you listening to?" Sort of thing.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? Like it was Gucci Man was real early. Everyone was still saying like, "Rah, this is just some retarded rap." Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Our South music got shitted on quite a lot. But anyway, I was just a fan of that, innit? I just like the beats. The beats were mad. The bass was always mad on them. The hi-hats and everything. So yeah, I got bare influences, man. So Zaytoven and that when I was listening to the ATL stuff. Yeah. And then a big changing point, though, I remember from my production and me getting excited about production was when Lex Luger and Southside come out. That was like, they made a whole new sound. Like when I heard BMF for the first time, I was like, bro, what the fuck is this? This is the maddest shit I've ever heard, fam. And from there, that's probably like everything I've just named. That's what's made my sound, basically.
That's crazy. Yeah, I see that. Yeah, from cause I'm looking at it from a fan's perspective as well. Like coming up, like I listen to a whole bunch of different types of American music, and
Yeah.
before like
Who
maybe
do you fuck
this.
with?
Oh, like I listen to like a lot of like Gucci Mane coming up,
Yeah. Yeah.
just through my brothers and sisters. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm 17, and
Yeah.
like my brother and sister are twins, so like there's a 6 year age gap between us. So like
They
they
how
were
23? Did you say?
yeah they're 23.
Okay. Yeah.
It
Cool.
was their birthday just yesterday actually. Like
Okay. Happy belated to them.
yeah. Um like they put me onto a lot of stuff like from grime to all the American music. Like I remember, obviously, because I'm so young. Like I remember seeing stuff like the Outcast video, like Hey Ya on TV,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
then obviously coming up, it's more nostalgic when you see like what you've been listening to growing up. Like
Mm.
on a serious thing, just listening to albums, like seeing the difference between all these like where rap differs like in different locations. So like
Yeah.
here you
Yeah.
have Dizzy Rascals where okay, more recently he's doing pop kind of shit. Like his last album wasn't pop; it was grime, but
Yeah. Yeah. No,
like
but I know what you're saying. When you got like back in the day, you had Dizzy and he had his sound and da 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 da. Everyone had this.
yeah. But I can appreciate all different types of things from Young Thug
Yeah.
to Chief Keef to and like if you're a true like um not even fan but like student of like the genre, you'll see like how and you see this more often in producers because in order to be a good producer, in my opinion, you have to listen to a whole bunch of different types of music, like not just rap
Yeah.
music to like different, from soul to rock to everything. So suppose you want to get like samples and
Yeah. Of
feels
course.
for types of like
You got to know where
beats.
to get them from.
You gotta know what to get 'em from, but like yeah, it's important just for me being a fan to like study up on different types of music from.
Because I said rap music's what I listen to predominantly, but being from London and being how old I was when I was, so I was like, I think I was 12 when Power come out, or
Yeah,
11, something like that. So grime was a big influence as well on my sound because it was a London thing, innit? It was a London sound. There was grime cruising, everyone at school, everyone
Channel
had
U's.
Bluetooth.
My earliest like kind of personally my earliest kind of memory of grime like is pretty Channel U days.
Yeah, Channel
Phoning
B,
in
Channel
and getting your
A.
When did you start producing? And like I see you also like a sound engineer as well. So do
Yeah.
you know how you got your like foot into the music?
Okay, so how I got my foot into music. Well, I've been producing for like, I'd say like, I started producing, yeah, when I was like 15. But at that point, I didn't think anything about like being a producer. I just proper liked rap music, that was it. Like, or no, I liked music so much that I just wanted to know how to make it. Like, that was all it was. I used to play football back in the day. I used to take that way more seriously than I did music, as in for a career or whatever. So anyway, boom, I've got Logic now on my PC. I did music for GCSE, where that was a little bit of Logic. So I had some good teacher, like one good teacher that he kind of showed man the ropes a little bit. And then the person that I got Logic off, basically he was a sound engineer himself. He worked in EMI studios back in the day.
Or
And then he plugged me in with Logic, kind of showed me how to use it. Not really show, actually, no, that's a lie. I used to just watch him make beats. This guy and my uncle, they used to make beats. I used to think, oh, that looks pretty cool. I'd like to know how to do that. Boom. Got Logic from him. This was when I was 15. I was fucking about with it for a couple of years. And then when I hit when I got to college and I hit maybe like 17, 18, I was like, alright, cool, I'm going to do this properly. So I've been producing properly for like, let's say, 8 years.
yeah.
Yeah. 8 years. And then, yeah, so how I got my foot in the... So yeah, the sound engineering, boom. That same guy that got me the Logic, he worked in this studio. And again, when I was proper young, when I was like 14, I'd done work experience at this studio. And I didn't think nothing of it. I thought it was cool, innit? But it's just I didn't care about a studio. I was playing football them times.
Yeah.
And years later, when I wanted to do music seriously, this guy was leaving the studio and he suggested that I should go for the job in it. Long story short, I went for the job, got the job in the studio, learned how to be an engineer, was there. I'm still there at the studio, so I've been there for like 6 years now.
All right.
But yeah, so then I learned how to be an engineer there, which got me in the music business really, because I was working for a company, and then I was just you're just in once you're in, it's up to you what you do in it. You can just be in and just be a guy that's in the music business, or you can network and, you know what I mean, meet people.
Is there any like notable like rappers or even singers, whoever, that you've seen behind it, you've like met or seen behind the scenes, like doing the engineering and working with sound?
Yeah, loads. Like, I mean, I don't really
Name drop.
I don't like to name drop. Yeah, like, oh, this person, that person, but like, yeah, man, definitely. There's been a lot. Like, even people that are out now, that are massive now, some of them, their first session was in the studio that I worked, so I know them proper well. And that was all just from, I was an assistant, so I started at the studio as an assistant. So I'd make tea and shit, and I'd sit in on sessions, little things like that. And then after a while, the engineer would be like, all right, you're doing this session today, because they don't want to do it.
Yeah.
But they'd sit behind you and teach you, and then after a while, I got promoted, and then all of that bullshit, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, and then that helped my sound, because learning how to engineer, I learned just I learned, I don't know, like frequencies better. Do you know what I mean? It made my mixes better without me even knowing. My mixes got like cleaner, if that makes sense.
Yeah, for sure. So like that's a sick experience to have from like an early age.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I was proper lucky for that one. Like, that was just completely luck of who I knew. My uncle's mate worked there, and yeah, that was that.
Yeah, it's who you know, not what you know sometimes, isn't it? So like
definitely. Sometimes, isn't it? But still, I could have known him and done nothing with the opportunity, do you know what I mean?
For sure.
I could have got to the studio and be like, oh yeah, this is cool, and then just sat there and got some peas, you know what I mean? But you still gotta, it's definitely who you know, but you still gotta do some work after that, do you know what I mean? After knowing the right people and that.
Alright. Is there any advice you'd give to any like young producers coming up?
Yeah. Well, all I'd say is just like, it's bare cheesy and it's bare like generic, but boy, you just gotta keep working. I know everyone says it, yeah, you just gotta work bare. You gotta make sure you put shit out, yeah, because I remember when I was early in my producing thing, you get into your own head and you want things to sound perfect, and you're always listening at other people's beats, like, oh, it doesn't sound like this, it doesn't sound like that. Main thing is, yeah, just put it out, because trust me, someone will like it. Someone will like it, and then from that, you'll start getting your own personality within your beats, you know what I mean? You get your own style, and then once you get your own style, you're in the game. So basically just to work and put things out there, and you never know what's going to happen. You never know who you're going to meet. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Obviously, like, I got this interview to come about through, like, both of us being fans of Gucci Mane. And, us, I saw a video, I think it was on Grime Daily or something, but it was you, like in the studio of, like, Young Teflon.
Oh, was it on Grime Daily? I didn't even know it was on GRM.
I think it was on some sort of, like, big, urban, UK urban music, Instagram or something. Then I commented, I was like, yo, you're gonna blow, cause I saw you came up from like producing for like Jesse James Solomon,
Jesse's a good friend of mine. I still fuck with JJ hard.
Yeah, to like doing like beats for like bigger name artists. So like how's that coming about?
I wouldn't say bigger. I'd say different lane. But I know what you're saying.
Yeah. Cause obviously like.
Because JJ is big, but he's got
he's
the
big, but
people I'm doing stuff with now is completely like separate lane to.
For sure, not to discredit anybody like off the
Mm.
rip, but like just in different lanes. Like I'd say drill's like a big like rising subgenre right now. So
Yeah.
you know, like I think even both of them have like they're notoriety, but and bottom line is I saw you on Instagram with like young Teflon. So
Mm.
how's the music with him coming about? You featured on that?
Yeah, that's like, well, basically everyone I've worked with to date, yeah, it's all really been like proper, like organic, like natural. So with JJ, Jesse, James, I met him through the studio that I worked at. So boom, I was an assistant there. An A&R at the company put him in the studio. Me and him have met. We've become cool. I've met him from there. We started making music. He's then introduced me to Sus because him and Sus are good friends from the same area. So boom, he's always like, oh yeah, I got this guy Suspect. He's sick. You two should meet.
Just a side note.
Yeah. So boom, I met JJ through studio, Sus through JJ. We're all still good friends. I met Tef through Sus from FBG, just being out and about. I see Tef, and then he's like, yeah, we need to get in. And then yeah, me and Tef are cool, so man's done a few things with him. That's not the first thing we've done. We've done a few other bits behind the scenes. But yeah, it's all just been like natural, just meeting people, vibing with them, getting on, being fans of music and wanting to make some good music, basically. That's all it is.
That's blessed. No, like would you say you're more like traditional with the way you approach like producing? Do you like being in the studio of the artist, or are you kind of more? Do you prefer like emailing it out to them and you know?
I definitely prefer being in the studio. I can't lie. I'm not against emailing out. I'm just not that good at it. Like I don't know. I like just being there in the studio, having a little drink, little smoke. You know what I mean? Everyone vibing, busting jokes, all of that. I like that. That's like that's half of the fun of making the song, innit?
Yeah.
But that being said, I'm not gonna refuse to send someone beats over email. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
That'd be a bit silly. But yeah, I like that. If you call that traditional, yeah, I'm way more traditional.
All right. Is there any upcoming projects or like singles you wanna like talk about? Because I don't want to keep you here too long.
Yeah. I got me and Sus. So we got the second installment of Loading series coming, still loading. That's coming real soon. Got some. I've done most of the production on that. So like 80%. So like there's a couple tracks that I didn't do, but I was involved in the whole process of making that. What else? So yeah, still loading. Got some. I got my own project that I'm going to be doing with like various artists that I'm big fans of, and do you know what I mean? Things like that.
London Zaytoven and Gucci.
I won't take that yet, but yeah, Zay's definitely one of my fucking all-time greats, innit? So I'll thank you for that one. But yeah, no. So I'm gonna do my own project, try to get some artists on that. I've already got a few tracks done for that, so looking to get that out next year. Like I don't know, not too late. I've got 2 tracks on Kenny Allstar's album.
Yeah.
Coming out. Got another track on Link Up's album, I think, coming out.
You're out there, man.
Like, yeah, man. Just working, just trying to stay busy, man.
Would you say you'd have saw this coming like a couple years ago?
It's weird. Like, yeah and no. Like, I always thought this would happen, yeah, but like, I don't know. At the same time, I thought it would happen, but because it seemed like it's so far away, it's just like, you know what? Your time will come, but you got to keep working. But now that things are quote unquote kind of happening, yeah, it's a bit like, it's actually kind of happening. But ain't nothing happened yet at the same time, you know what I mean? So I still got a lot.
Gotta keep grinding.
A lot of goals to fucking targets to hit and shit like that. But yeah, man, it's good right now.
I'm happy for you, innit? Like, if you ever come
Thank you.
like south or even just about like doing shows or whatever, hit me up.
Yeah. Where you based?
I live in southeast
Whereabouts? Southeast.
Woolwich.
Woolwich. All right, cool. What? You know what? Next time we got a. So what? Are you based there all the time, or or you at uni?
No, I live here. I'm in college.
You live here.
Yeah.
You live there, yeah. Well, I think we got a show coming up in the next couple of days. I might be trying to pattern you a ticket, you know.
For real? Oh,
Yeah.
thanks, man. Anyways, yeah, we can keep in contact.
Yeah,
But
definitely.
thanks for doing the interview and everything.
Yeah, no problem, man. No problem, bro. Like, you reached out. You said you was a big fan, and I see you got the first line of First Day Out in your bio, bro. I couldn't say no. Literally, couldn't say no.
Thanks for that, man.
But yeah, respect, man. We'll keep in contact, innit? Because this show's in the next couple of days, so I'll shout you, innit? I'll get your details or something, and then we'll see what we can do.
That's cool. In a bit, G.
Alright, my guy.